So this is our first episode of season 3 for Thursday Night Live.
We met Caden in a very ecliptic moment.
Yes. I don't know, Caden Crawford is our guest, everyone.
Hey.
Hey. So I don't know if you remember this. The lunar eclipse
The lunar eclipse.
in Tyler. You played the
on
square.
the square. Y'all were there.
That's right.
Y'all were playing us right before me, yeah.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
It was a nice, warm, cozy day.
I was
That
like,
a nice day.
I like this guy, man. I like his style. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
totally.
that was a fun little day. Fun little
Yeah.
gig.
That was good.
Anyway, totally cool to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome to TNL. This is Thursday Night Live. We want to welcome everybody here. We're having a little bit of early morning jitters, even though we're late here in the evening.
It's morning somewhere.
It is morning somewhere, and we're totally glad to have our guest here with us today, and the beautiful Kate Kirby. And we use Thursday Night Live to do what we want to do. So we have our friends come out, and we do different things. You might catch us around town, but I think mostly what we're trying to do is get people to come see the Big Sandy Music Hall and be in our living room and enjoy the atmosphere and the fun.
So anyway, Caden, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
How'd you get started in music?
I was I feel like I was born a musician. I don't know. It was just kind of like I didn't actually pick up an instrument until I was 11. I started on violin, but I was a singer my whole life. I mean, just naturally. This is what we always did. But I was a violin player in middle school orchestra, and by the time I turned 13, I kind of just had the itch to learn how to play guitar, and finally I got one. My dad, who's was a theater professor at TJC, had a student who was just like had an extra one, willing to get rid of it for like $10.
Nice.
And
Sweet.
it was like a little Abilene, and I kind of tried to teach myself on that, and then I won another acoustic guitar. It was a Jasmine in a silent auction that came along with some lessons that kind of helped me progress a little bit more by the time I was 14, and it just kind of like took off from there. But yeah, I've just kind of been doing different things with that ever since. I started writing songs when I was in high school, and so just kind of tried working on that. I think I played for the first time in front of people when I was 14 or 15, and I think the first gig I ever took was when I was 17, and in a little coffee shop. And then in college I was doing more did some theater over here, and then I did more like recording engineering education, music business education at UT Arlington, and then long middle chapter of my life that has no need to, it's too long to share. And now we're here, and I'm trying to be a musician again. So
Right on. And here we are.
yeah, and here we are.
Hey, I totally get it. It means a lot. Everybody has a past at this, and and it's everybody has a special story at this. So, would you like to open up with a song and let's listen?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd
How
love
about
to.
that? And that way I'll get your sound and
Yeah, Cindy. Yeah. Okay. It's called Vapor Trail. Give me time, I'll be fine to stay tonight. It's alright. It's only eyes for right now. One eyes to find out. I've been still here and now. Help me the memories formed out of nothing, nothing at all. Like the heat from the summer lingers forever, never and none. You are my vapor trail crossing my sky. Smoke rings that float around my vacancy mind. You're there for the moment, then the moment is gone. You come back again when that feeling I've drawn. You are my vapor trail crossing my sky. Smoke rings that float around my vacancy mind. You're there for the moment, and the moment is gone. You come back again when that feeling has struck. Where do you go when you vanish from sight? Silent for days, but I know you're alright. I'm not tied down to cycles, I'm trying to stay still. Sometimes I need you for the rest of the thrill. Sometimes I need you to help me Give me time, I'll be fine. Stay tonight, it's alright.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good.
Excellent.
Loved
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So that showed an extreme vocal range and a lot of control over your instrument. And so do you think of yourself as a vocalist first and then accompany yourself? Because I know you have a band as well.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about that.
Oh man, that's a great question. I studied very very intently. I was a vocal major for my first 2 years being a music major, and so I trained classically and trained how to be able to use the different parts of my voice, being able to switch into that head voice, being able to switch it more into full belt diaphragm.
And seated at that.
Yeah, thank you.
it. No doubt.
Yeah, and for years
I was
I
gonna
didn't
say, a lot of people, they want to sing,
Mhm.
but they end up harming themselves.
Right.
So what you probably did the first 2 years is learn how not to harm yourself, so you can hear those,
basically,
hit those notes.
I felt like I was always like at least a decent singer.
Oh, yeah.
Growing up as a teenager, at least, and then and yeah, like just not necessarily having the technique and skill yet to really be able to open it up as much as I need to, and so. I think for several years I didn't use that range as much. I was in church ministry, worship ministry for like 5 years. And so it was really kind of like contained for a long time, and I never really found the outlet to expand upon it. And I used to think of myself more of a folk singer in college as well. So I usually tried to sing more into my lower registers a lot. But I think lately, last few years, I especially just kind of leaning more into the style I wanted to sing, and especially once I started meeting my band members and we started playing together and just kind of like making more sense of the type of music we were making. It was even different than like what I was making before I met them, the EP that I have under my own name, and it's like a very different genre, very different style, and then it just kind of went back into like, okay, what if I just like just go all out with it, and I
Yeah.
think I can do it. I've had it in there, and I actually it's just surprising myself that I've had more in the tank that I never knew I had. And so it just yeah, it's just like reopening the education that I had like a long time ago.
Sounds like you're doing really good, and I like your voice.
Thank you.
I like
Yeah.
what you're doing. Let's talk after this.
Yeah,
Might be fun to collaborate and do some stuff.
for
Well,
sure.
Yeah, because when you play solo, you have more responsibility, but when you can collaborate with your band, every person you play with brings another flavor to you
Yeah.
that becomes part of your arsenal and what you can do. And I think that's so what's the name of your band?
It's Killer Cranes.
Killer Cranes.
Killer Cranes. Yeah.
That's cool. It's a little scary to think about cranes that kill you. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a lot of different kinds of cranes that could kill you.
Credit Jonathan Wilson for finding that one, and we found that in the Iliad, Greek
Okay.
mythology. Yeah,
That's what I was.
we
gonna
were for a while we were just going under my name, and I wanted us to have a band name to kind of really differ from the identity from stuff that I was previously playing and
Sure.
more of what we were doing, and we were we were just tossing names around, tossing ideas, and he kind of stumbled upon that one night and texted us all and just kind of showed us the background. And so that's like a lot of Greek myth influence. There's like a little pocket there in the Iliad
Cool.
that has a little story there
Yeah.
about some cranes killing these colony of these people called pygmy. So there's like
Yeah.
a legit war between
Right.
people and birds. It's bizarre, but it was really cool.
So
And it was just like,
Alfred
yeah.
Hitchcock was
He
not
didn't
the
come out with
original.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Stole
But
it.
my oldest brother kind of gave us worked on our shirt design and whatnot, and there's a lot of like Japanese background influence on cranes
Cool.
and herons, and a lot about a lot of really peaceful themes that go along with what they are. So he's like,
Wow.
so like you can take like more like what would you say, a territorial but also protective, violent if they need to kind of nature in the Greek stories, and a more like peaceful, nurturing aspect from like Japanese backgrounds and Japanese myth backgrounds. And so it was just kind of like I just kind of stuck, and it's just kind of like
I like it.
it just kind of like stood out, and it's like
Cool.
that's kind of has a really nice ring to it.
If you've got a group of people and they all agree on it, congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one really objected to
If
it.
everybody's happy with it. and
Yeah.
you
It's
can-
huge.
that's a big part of it.
And we're a 4-piece. I'll shout them out.
Yeah. Please.
Do that,
um,
please.
Yeah, Jonathan Wilson's our bass player, and Jonathan's like a legend around here. If you know Jonathan, he's played with everybody. His brother, Tim, so I got a pair of brothers in my band. Timothy Wilson's also in there, and he was actually the first one of my band members that I met. And he's on drums, and they both provide vocals as well. And then we have Matthew Brunson on the other guitar. And,
Awesome.
Yeah. And Andrew Lindstrom was one of our founding members as well. He was a former keys player.
Got it.
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So all Tyler based.
All Tyler based. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, well, I guess currently we're all Tyler based. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything
The
could
Wilson
happen.
brothers have lived all over the place.
Nice.
But yeah.
Do your capo
yeah.
tune.
Sure, we can do my capo tune.
So, we're gonna do a
This
little
song's
song.
called my capo tune.
And it's not called that.
So I don't know how it goes for you, but when songs come to me, sometimes it's like in the shower or something, and so I'll hear a melody,
Mhm.
and then I'll run out and think, and then I'm like, oh, C sharp, that's terrible. So then I get this little like, capo out. This I'm not usually.
Thank
And
you,
this-
Kaiser Capos.
Yes, thank you, Kaiser. This opened up a whole world to me of tone.
It's not a Kaiser capo.
We don't talk about that.
Bite your tongue.
I
No.
do have one. It's on my acoustic guitar, so I do.
Good.
I do represent when I play my acoustic shows.
We love those guys over there. They
Yeah.
take care of us.
But I would like to say, if anybody does want to sponsor the TNL show, we would be happy.
That's right.
These artists do this for
Kaiser.
exposure, but they need
Starting
yeah, I'm
artists
thinking
right
maybe,
here going live on
just so
Facebook.
you know, we'd be open for that. Okay, this one's called "We All Need Love."
What's it called?
We all need love.
We all need love.
Yeah. broke and you never get enough. Oh, 'cause we all need love. We all need love. We all need love. We all need love. Oh, 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 you know that we all need love. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We all need love.
Hey,
We do all
everybody
need love.
out there. Thanks for chiming in.
So what do you guys have coming up? Do you got some new releases going on, or what's coming up for Killer Cranes?
It's been a slow fall.
Okay.
We played a lot this past summer. We had a lot of shows, and I went out in California for a bit to do some solo things. But we had a practice the other night just to kind of like brush up on some things. You know, I've been working on some new songs. I'm always writing.
Good.
Even when I'm taking a break of not writing for a week, I'm still just jotting down ideas and.
Good.
But we might have something here in December that we might be playing. We're still waiting on the details of that.
Okay.
But right now, our first single is being mixed right now. It's in
Awesome.
the process. So
Okay.
I don't have a date yet for that.
Okay.
But a good friend of ours is mixing and mastering it right now.
Anybody you want to let everybody know about, or are they a local
Mark
company?
Schwarzkopf.
Okay.
Awesome.
A lot of people know Mark. He's the best.
Okay. Very cool.
Mark's the best. And
Okay, so you got that coming out,
yeah. So
and then probably a show.
probably a show sometime in December, and it'll be part of a bigger thing. But yeah,
Where do people follow you? Do you have a website, an email list, or
yeah,
did
we're
they
on
just go social?
Instagram.
Okay.
Killer Cranes.
Okay.
And Killer Cranes a band, I think is the handle. And then we have a
Def-
Facebook page too. I
I
don't
definitely want to come see you guys whenever you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping what we have coming at the end it will still like be a thing. It probably will be, but yeah, the hope is like we get this stuff out, and in the next couple of months, maybe working hard trying to get stuff figured out in the spring
Sure.
season,
Yeah.
and just figure it out from there. See wherever the wind goes, you know.
So we talked about what got you into music, and we talked about what you got going on with Killer Cranes right now. Why don't you tell us probably when you started discovering your own voice, was there any influences that kind of led you that way, or?
It really evolved over time. I'd really say like it's just crazy the amount of different avenues of inspiration I've
Mhm.
had from music since I was a child. I'm youngest of 3 brothers, and growing up like
So wait now, you the oldest?
the youngest. Yeah,
Okay.
the youngest.
I relate.
Yeah,
We get what we want, right?
Mom still calls me the baby.
Yeah.
I had to get used to that a long time ago. So, and so I take it. I'll take it while I can, you know.
Right on.
Is your family musical?
Some ways. I'm the only one who really plays instruments.
Okay.
At least within my like immediate family. We're all singers. We're
Awesome.
all singers. My mom is a beautiful soprano, and then, you know, we've all had different choral backgrounds,
Cool.
musical theater,
Excellent.
all of that. Like we've done all of it, and so I just kind of stuck with it the longest of like pursuing it
Yeah.
as a hopeful career.
It's a great career.
It
You
is.
should
Oh,
definitely keep
no.
with it.
You're in.
It's
Don't go.
It's the no, it's the passion.
It's all the other details that go along with it
Yeah.
that make it wonderful and horrible all at the same time.
I was a product of the entire decade of the 90s. I was 4 years old and knew who Smashing Pumpkins were because
Cool.
my oldest brother was 10 years older than me in high school, and so he liked grunge, all
Totally.
indie song music from back then, and
I
my
still
other
like
brother
that.
liked all sorts of stuff as well. My parents, that's how I knew the Beatles and the Beach Boys and Elvis from my parents, and so it's just like I was getting music all over the place until when I'm probably 10 or 11 is when I started discovering my own tastes as well, and then so it's just like all over the place. I was really into indie Brit rock and indie Brit pop, and then eventually college I was really into a folk phase and like nothing else, and but I get a lot of my heavy influences from Jeff Buckley's a hero of
Absolutely.
mine. Radiohead, Tom York is one of my all-time favorites.
You're speaking my language.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I was really just addicted to Oasis when I was a teenager. Like that
Cool.
was them, and the Beatles are my favorites back then, and so just kind of from a little bit all over the place, really, and so
Excellent.
Well, give us another song.
Yeah, you got another one?
yeah, this is a little bit on the different side of the spectrum. I came out with an EP back in 2022, just under my name, before I met my band members, and I recorded this with a friend of mine out in Fort Worth. I just kind of like for a year started playing music again. In 2022, I was coming out of some big transition in my life, really just kind of starting over, and I just really kind of started playing gigs again, just to kind of get in the groove of things. I started working at True Vine. Shout out True Vine Brewing Company.
Shout out.
Been there for
Woohoo.
3 years, and
Love True Vine.
that's my other family. Everyone there, and so I started posting little clips on Instagram of me playing, or just little things, covers or songs I was working on. And a friend of mine that I knew from back when I lived in Arlington, he was part of a church that I was with at the time, and he was a guitarist there. Just hit me up saying, "Man, I'd love to record you." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were doing that." and so
Cool.
it's just like we talked out the details, brought me out, and I had 4 songs that at the time that I was like, these feel like they all fit together, especially for this time in my life. Some of them I had already written like a while ago and just hadn't done anything with them yet.
Sure.
And a couple of them were newer at the time, based on certain things, but for some reason the themes all just kind of like flowed together. And the EP name was Conquest, based off a lyric from the single Come Now the Storm. But I'm gonna play a song called Keep Me Close.
All
from
right.
that. It's a little short one, and it's that one kind of ended up, I don't know, I had a lot more response from people because it just felt like they connected with it a little bit more. But yeah, it's just kind of about finding your people when you're transitioning through stuff. Yeah, so
Very good.
I get up before the crickets turn their songs and the doves, while the stars are just climbing into bed. I drive up the hills while the sun peeks its head over the piney trees. A quiet wonder, I just stare and think of you. Nothing's different about the place or time of day. But I see feeling changes here inside and it stays. And as I watch the world change from the driver's seat on my own, a season changes and I find another home. You'll be with me while I'm trying to find some light. And if I'm hiding, would you keep me in your sight? When times are hard, I know it's easy to fall off. But keep me close and we'll figure all this out. You'll be with me while I'm trying to find some light. And if I'm hiding, would you keep me in your sight? When times are hard, I know it's easy to fall off. But keep me close and we'll figure all this out. Keep me close and we'll figure all this out. Keep me close and we'll figure all this out.
Very nice, man. That
Thank
sounded
you.
so clean,
That was
so beautiful.
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song.
You got some
Just
fans
gorgeous.
on that song, it looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, chiming in.
Hey, well, thank you for the love. Fans chiming in.
So that is on an EP of about 4 songs that you said.
It is, yeah.
Do you have any of that music out in the channels on Spotify or anything like that yet?
It is, yeah. Spotify, Apple. If you want to
Good.
buy it on iTunes and make
So-
sure I get the money directly. You know, that's
Yeah, exactly. So anything that you've written and you've got on CD at this point, you've got it going through the proper channels.
Right, yes.
Good. That's something that's a big topic with everybody that's coming up behind us and even those that are still wondering what to do with their music.
Mhm.
We want to make sure everybody out there knows that if you've got music and it's on a CD or if it's on some sort of medium and you have no way to sell it, I know a place.
Mm.
So if you're interested in trying to sell your music, then we want to hear about that. So, and if you don't know how to get it in the proper channels, we want to help you on that too. But so the reason why I brought that up is we happen to have an enormous amount of records that we
Okay.
picked up. And it has a huge section in it that's kind of a local section. We'd like to see that section grow. Well, it just was top of mind because everybody needs not just Spotify and, you know, all of the, you know, streaming platforms, but if you've got a CD, then that's still something that you can sell too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
streaming is great. I love streaming because when you're out and about and you want a playlist going, I mean, I get it. But you don't, you know, you make a quarter of a penny on a
Yeah.
stream, you know, so you're not, the stream
Keep
companies
filling
are,
it full of music so that when
Well-
you're
Yeah.
97,
they're making the money.
Yeah.
We're not making the money. And
Right.
so if you want to support your songwriters, go direct to them. They'll burn a wand with all their stuff on it for you.
Mhm.
Even if they don't have professionally produced CDs, you can do that. You can,
yeah.
you know, you can buy direct and
It's a different world, but make sure you're buying from the artist.
Yeah,
Even
the
when it becomes a
T-shirts and all that.
T-shirt or a coffee mug. This has been
Yeah.
a high topic
Yeah.
lately.
T-shirts,
yeah, the t-shirt scammers.
merch is always a great way too. You don't have to
Yeah.
wear it, just, you know, It's just the
Put
way
it
for
as
us
a
to get
flag on your antenna.
paid. Yeah, it's just like it's just like an extra way to make an extra $20 for the musician.
Yeah.
Even if it's a gig that doesn't pay you very much. So it's just like, that's one way to help out.
I'm telling you,
Pat
buying
does.
merch, tipping, all that good stuff. Because
Mhm.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Because you see, even like, and I guess I'm on my soapbox. I don't mean to. I'm grateful for every venue that ever has live music
Always.
because, we're up here at the music hall. We just do tickets. We give away water and coffee, but there's no food or beverage up here. You got to bring your own. So it's 100% come on up and enjoy the listening or an experience. But like True Vine, you can go and you can get a pizza and you can get a great beer or wine or whatever you want to get and enjoy the music. And so
it's a big, wonderful place where you can stretch out. You can have your whole family there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
If you
cool.
don't like the music, you can go inside. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Always support the musicians. I always we always have good musicians come to the True Vine.
Yeah.
So
Totally. You've had some big names there recently, too.
we did. We had the old 97s.
Yeah.
Not the old 97s. That's a.
You
I'm
did
getting
have
that
them
mixed
this year.
up. We had the Toadies.
the Toad-
The reason why I had that in my mind is because both the Toadies and the old 97s have both played at Stanley's quite a bit.
yeah.
And I think the old 97s have they reside from here originally or
It's
Yeah.
somewhere.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but also the Toadies, they're from
Dallas.
So
Yeah,
Then Dallas.
mostly.
and same time around
Yeah.
they were both really popular, and so it's just mix up. Yeah, it was the Toadies. Yeah, we had the Toadies, and I was working the bar that night, and
Yikes.
And you had a sold out show.
were slamming.
Congratulations.
we had
on
1,200 people out there.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure 90% of the people I'd never recognized customer-wise, but
Man.
it was an amazing night. We got our butts handed to us. I was out for the count for a few days because, we had a line out the door for about 5-6 hours straight serving
I'm
beer
sure.
and wine, but it was an incredible night overall, even though
Yeah,
we were just tired.
I guess
but
we're a
yeah.
little more mellow here, or I think that. And then, we have a show, and
Yeah.
sometimes, once in a while, we get
There's
a
another
lot of people not quite like that.
There's
No,
another
like-
big one coming up on November 8th. Can't remember the band name at True Vine. It's like a metal band, but
Well, I guess.
you can see on True Vine's
Yeah.
website and
Definitely.
Instagram. Yeah,
want to
Yeah.
check that
it's a
out.
big one coming in.
Okay, cool. Well, then that's the other thing. There's little coffee shops, there's wine bars, there's all sorts of places that are hosting live music. So get out there and see some live music in your area. And Caden, you went to California and played. We tour all summer
Yeah.
as well. And so, we're just grateful for all these little places that we get to go play. And it's necessary for our art. So thank you for everyone who's having live music. And thank you for all of you who go out and continue to support the places that have live music. All right. So is there anything else we need to promote for you that you've got going on?
I don't know. Just follow us on
Tap
Instagram.
in, kids. Tap in.
Because it's
This-
it's just been such a weird season that we haven't had a whole lot going on, and
Yeah.
it's
Sure.
it's just because we're just working on getting these songs out. So after this single, I don't know when it'll release.
Sure.
Just I don't you don't want to rush the process. You want to make sure
know,
that
I
it's
know.
as it's gonna be as good as it can be. It could be later this month. Could be November. And then after that, the rest of the EP will follow. There'll be a
Cool.
4-song EP. And
Awesome.
then after we get that released, we'll get back in the lab and get the next 4-song
And then
EP. We
you
gotta-
said y'all's next gig is in December.
it looks like December.
Okay.
Once I get the word that it's gonna be a show, I'll be announcing that.
Cool.
A lot of people will be announcing it. There'll be a lot of people involved in it.
Okay,
but
cool.
it'll be that'll be in a couple months for sure. But
And
yeah, you can follow Instagram, Killer Cranes Band, and then Caden Crawford Music, because
Got it.
I work both of those. We have the Facebooks too. I don't work Facebook a lot. It's just kind of a habit. So Instagram's I'm a little more busy on. So yeah.
Got it. Yeah, it seems to be the flavor of the month.
Well, and we have another podcast called ETX-Live, and we do the music news every week. So we'll make sure and when you announce it, tell everybody on that podcast
Definitely
That'd
too.
be
wanna
great.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. So do you got one more for us?
Yeah, I could do one more.
Okay.
How about I play the song that's going to be the single?
That'd be
All
great.
right.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So It's a little bit.
So, and this is going to be with the band, so we're getting a
Yeah, you're getting a
scaled down.
Yeah,
version.
and that first song, Vapor Trail, is also going to be on the EP. But yeah, this song in particular is it's always interesting playing it by myself because it's one of our heavier songs, and so I definitely scale it down a bit. I alter the way I play it, even slow it down because I'm not gonna just do like a little solo. You know, we shred on that one. So
and the drums are full on.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a good one. It's called
Sounds
Phantom.
awesome.
Yeah, it's called Phantom Limb. So it's about passing that didn't work and should have. You thought it should have worked, but it didn't. And there's this is more of like reflecting on it years later and actually like seeing some moments that you didn't see what they were in the midst, and actually like letting yourself be angry about it a bit. So it's just kind of like, I think we can relate to those kind of things.
Totally.
And it's, so this is Phantom Limb. It's also deciding if I want to put like any. I had a world and I saw it all collapse. I watched the sky descend and trees turn into ash. Everything was pure, never thought it could go wrong. That's what dawn rocks and fell, and you had to change your heart. I saw you disappear. I felt you fading. I felt that mountain collapsing on my chest, cratering everywhere you lay upon my head. And I worried out the crown filled with thorns, all your petty toxic words filled with scorn. I saw you disappear. Oh, I felt you fading that phantom limb you became was more foreign than any substance I could take. Hanging out to dry, left alone for your own sake. Bones are in the iron, I'm done crying, I'm growing at the base. I saw you disappear. I felt you fading out. Oh, now I saw you disappear. Now that you're fading
Holy cow. That was awesome.
Wow, I love your expression, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that full band too.
It's pretty hardcore.
It's Killer Crane.
It's killer. Cranes.
Cool. Killer Cranes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, Caden, thank you so much for coming by and playing with us. And again, if you guys would follow us at thekirbysmusic.com, you'll see everything we've got going on, including what's going on at the music hall. And get out there and see Caden Crawford and Killer Cranes. And come see the Kirbys. We're playing everywhere. You can follow us, and we'd really appreciate seeing you in person. And thanks again, Caden. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Keep looking up, kids, because
Oh
that's
my
where it
gosh.
all is.
I'm stopping this thing right now.
Casey
Bye.
Kasem.